Hello friends, welcome to Python tutorial series. In this video, we will be focusing on dictionaries and some common functions provided by Python for the dictionary manipulation. So let's get started. Here are some of the characteristics for Python dictionary. The very first one is the dictionaries are ordered from Python 3.7 onwards. What does that mean? The order in which we insert or add values into the dictionary, that order is maintained. So in this example, I have created a dictionary dict1 and added three values 1, 3 and 2. Then I have printed the same dictionary, and if we notice the order in which I had added values into the dictionary, the same order is written. So that's why we see the value 1, then 3, and then 2. That's not true in case of Python 3.6 and earlier versions where dictionaries were unordered. So I have used same example. This is a code snippet from Python 2.7 where I have created same dictionary with value 1, 3, and 2. Then I have printed that dictionary. Please note the difference here. First, the value 1 is printed, then value 2, and then 3. This was not the order in which I had added values. So first I had added 1, then 3, but while printing, it has printed 2 before 3. That's why in Python 3.6 and earlier, the dictionaries were unordered because the order in which we had added values or deleted values from the dictionary, that order was not guaranteed. Dictionaries are mutable. That means we can add, delete values in the dictionary. Once dictionary object is created, we after its creation, we can modify the dictionary objects. That's why it is mutable. Dictionaries are dynamic. That means the size of dictionary can be increased or and decreased dynamically. Dictionary values can be accessed with key, and keys can have only immutable values. So dictionary can accept only immutable value as a key. Next one is dictionaries can be nested. We will see all these characteristics with the help of some examples. Now let's just see dictionary with the help of some examples. Also, whatever characteristics we have discussed so far, we will see those characteristics with the help of some Python examples. So here, what is dictionary? Dictionary is a data type used to store some key value pairs. Here I have created a dictionary with name, color code, and I have added two values into it, which is one, this is my key, one is my key, and red is my value, three is my key, and pink is its value. Now let's just print this dictionary. So here we see the dictionary has printed and it has printed value 1 and 3. So the very first characteristics we had seen for the dictionary is that dictionaries are unordered in some of the versions, and in early latest version the dictionaries are ordered. Okay, so let's say if I insert some values into the dictionary, 2 equal to color, let's say if I add the blue color into dictionary, and again I'll print this dictionary. So what does ordered means? The order in which I have inserted the values into dictionary, that value should be guaranteed. Okay, so now you can see first I have inserted 1 and 3 and then value 2. And when I have printed the dictionary, you see that order is guaranteed because here my Python version I am using is 3.7. That's why we see the dictionaries are ordered here. Next characteristics we had seen was the dictionaries are mutable. That means you can add, delete values into dictionary and also update the values from the dictionaries. And whenever you're doing these operations onto the dictionary, that dictionary object itself will not change. How we can verify that? Let's say if I print the object ID here, ID of this color code, and after adding the value I'll again print the ID. Okay, here if the object is not mutable, in that case the ID of the object will change. So I have also created a dedicated video for the object referencing, how these object IDs are maintained, what is mutable, what is immutable object. You have not seen that video, please you can go and check that video, that will make the things clear. So here I have added values into the dictionary, but still that my object will still remain same. If you see, first I had created dictionary with this two value and its object ID was this 776 ending with 776. Then I have added a value and its ID doesn't change, it still remains same. This character means my dictionaries are mutable. I can edit the dictionaries. Okay. The third characteristics is dictionaries are dynamic. Dynamic means the dictionary size can be grown, shrink dynamically. Again, we can use the same example. Like earlier, I had created dictionaries with two value. Then I have added another value, which is a third value into the dictionary. I need not have to reinitialize the object. Okay, once object is created, I can keep on adding the values into dictionary up to its maximum limits. This is this is what the dynamic property of the dictionary. The next property is the dictionaries are nested. That means you can have dictionary as a value into another dictionary. For example, let's say here I have dictionary, another dictionary created with cars. It has values as BMW, Hyundai, and Tata along with its associated keys. And now I want to add the earlier dictionary which we have created, the color code dictionary, as a part of this new dictionary. So here I have set cars and its colors and I have added the color code dictionary. Now let's just see print the dictionary. Here you see my dictionary is printed as first my car value and then its colors value is nothing but is another dictionary. This is what the nested properties for the dictionaries. The next property or characteristics for the dictionaries that the dictionaries can have only immutable keys. The dictionary key cannot be a mutable value. For example, here we have created dictionaries with this integer values and we already know that these integer values are immutable. That's why we could use those value as a dictionary key. Let's say now if I create one list object with some value, for example 1, okay, and then I want to use this list object as a key for the dictionary. Let's say I will use the same example for dictionary cars and I want to use this list one as a key, okay, and I want to assign its value to some random value. Okay, let's say if I assign its value to TechShark as a string. Okay. Now, if I run this program, I am getting that unhashable type list. That means you cannot have key as a mutable value. Okay. The dictionary keys has to be immutable only. Now let's see some of the examples how we can access the dictionary values. So the very first thing is I'm using the same example, the color code example, which we have taken so far. So if I want to access the value as a blue from the dictionary, in that case, I can simply use its key to access the value. For value blue, the 2 is my key. So I can simply access that value with the key. Let's say if that value is key not present into the dictionary, then key error will be raised. Here, if you see that 0 is not present in my key list, that's why the key error has raised. That means this key doesn't exist into the dictionary. Let's say even if the key doesn't exist into the dictionary and then still I want to return some default value for that. In that case, we can use function called as get. Okay, you can specify a key and if that key value is not exist, then I can specify default value needs to be returned. Okay, here let's say if I say if this key doesn't exist, then return value as black. Okay, now when I run this program, 0 is not exist into the dictionary, that's why value black is returned. If I give value 4 here, in this case 4 is already exists into the dictionary. Hence it should actually return the value as white and not as a black. So let's just see. So it has returned value as white. Now, if we want to access all the keys from the dictionary, then how to do that? So we have a function called keys. With this, we can access all the keys from the dictionary. If you see, it has written all the list of keys from the dictionary. Similarly, if I just want to access values from the dictionary and not the keys, in that case, I can use function values and it will simply return all the values and not the keys. Okay, that's the difference. Now, let's say if I want to iterate on the dictionary using key and values, in that case, we can simply use key, comma, value, e, key, comma, value in your dictionary name. And there is a function called items which returns the tuples of keys and values from the dictionary. Okay. Now just print key equal to, okay, similarly for the value. My value equal to, this will print the list of key value pairs from the dictionary. If you see, it has written key value 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, let's say if I want to delete some item from the dictionary, in that case, I can simply use pop function. And let's say I want to get the value as well as delete it from the dictionary. In that case, let's say 2. So let's just print this value. So, okay, this will get the value as blue, and also it will delete that key value pair from the dictionary. If you execute this program, you see the value blue is written. Also, the dictionary value now doesn't have the key and value pair for the blue, because with the pop function, it has deleted from the dictionary. Now, let's say if you want to delete value from the dictionary, but you don't want to uh, access that value. So let's say we are not expecting that value to be returned. Then in that case, we can simply use the delete function. What delete will do, it will simply delete that item from the dictionary, but it will not return you any output. So here I have just deleted value associated with key 2, which is blue, and that printed the dictionary. Now you can see that the value blue is deleted from the dictionary. So what is the difference between pop and delete is just that pop will return that item and then delete it from the dictionary, and delete will not return you any value. It will simply delete that value from the dictionary. That's the only difference between the pop and delete function. Now we will see some of the sorting functions on the dictionary. Let's say now if we want to print the dictionary in sorted order, now dictionary has keys and values. So by default, let's say if we want to sort the dictionary based on its keys, then we can simply use function sorted. We can pass the dictionary and all the items to the dictionary. By default, it will sort all the dictionary items based on the keys. So if we print this, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 values are printed because these are sorted based on the keys. Now consider a case you want to sort the values based on value from the dictionary and not by the keys. Okay. Here, now what I am doing, just sort all the items from the dictionary, but I don't want to sort it based on the keys. I want to sort it based on the values. So what these values will be, we can here use the lambda function. I'll just explain in a bit what lambda function is, but now you can simply consider this as this is some inline function which is returning item 1. Okay. In earlier example, we have seen when we print dictionary dot items, let me just print it here, color code dot items. Okay. So when we print this color code dot items, what it will print? It will simply print you the tuples of key and value pairs. For this lambda function, what I am telling to this lambda function, that from this specific item, return with the value 1, which is this is 0, this is 1, this is 0, 1, 0, 1. So it will simply give me the items, values, not the keys. Okay. This is what the lambda function is. So now if I want to print, if I want to sort the dictionary based on its values and not based on keys, then I can use the lambda function, and I will use the sorted function and will tell that sort the dictionary items based on value and not on keys. Okay. Now if you see here, it is sorted based on this item B, P, R, and W. Okay. If I uncomment this, This will be sorted based on keys. Okay, this is sorted based on keys 1, 2, 3, 4. This I have printed the list of items. This is sorted based on values. Okay, to dig more into the lambda function, let's just consider a case. For example, here I'll just simplify it. Okay, here I will simply call function as, for example, get value. Okay, I'll define this function, define get value. Okay, and for this get value, let's say I am passing this tuple, for example, item. Okay, this item. Now I will just print the values for item. Okay, item received, I'll print as is, and then item of 1. Okay, and I'll simply return from this function, I will return item of 1 because I want to access the value from given tuple. That's why I am returning item 1 because I want to sort this based on the values. Now let's see what is print. Okay, if you see first, this is my first item. So it has received item this, and from this it has returned only red. Then it has received this tuple from which it has sent the blue value. Okay, then this from this it has sent the pink value. From this it has simply sent the white value. So here the earlier function, right? If you remember this function, here I am doing the same thing basically. But if you either you can define this function and specify that function name here, or let's say if you don't want to define this function as separately and you can simply write it as an inline function, that means the definition will be provided in this line only. You need not have to define the different function. Okay, so this is how it works. So whenever you call a lambda function, this function will be called on all the values written by this. And we have seen the items will return each and every tuple. So this lambda will be called on each and every tuple. And then from those values, from this item, which is tuple of your key and value, from this we are returning uh, value from the index 1, which is actually my value, color value, red, blue, pink, white. Okay. So these two functions does the same thing. Here I have written this function just to simplify the understanding of the lambda function. This is how the lambda function works. So whenever we want to sort values based on keys, you need not have to write any additional code. You can simply use the sorted function and provide the list of items from the dictionary. If you want to sort the dictionary based on values, you can specify a lambda function this way, like you can specify inline function, or you can define your own function and assign that function to key so that the sorted function will sort the values from these tuple based on whatever key you have specified here. So that's it for the Python dictionaries. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the TechSharp channel for more such interesting videos. Thank you.